EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from the Superdome. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check. 95-56, 95-56. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
On first down, Breeze. And brought in by the tight end, Cook. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Throwing now is Breeze. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
All right, now. Block 80!
Right here, right here.
36, 36. Alert, alert.
First carry for James Conner. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, Charlie.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's A.J. Klein, the linebacker. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away. Quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready? Yellow lady.
Okay, double up.
Breeze now to throw. It's Hill, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 11.
Ready?
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Yeah.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He wants it all for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than
the big fella. And he connects with Vance McDonald. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Vance McDonald, 66 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Breeze now. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
Free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So that bench releases though. Let's go.
From the 29, Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 41 yards.
First down, Steelers.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. These two teams all tied after 1.
7-7.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Set! Black 20! Black 27! Jack 16!
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Bud Dupree, a former 1st-round pick, in on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Strip that ball.
Now Breeze. And this is Cook with the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it's going to be second down.
Ready?
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Now Breeze. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And the Steeler first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Ben leaves to counter on the draw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 24. Mike by 4. Mike by 4. Mike by 4. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Here's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards. So tough to cover a big tight end like that.
It changes the chalk, as one of my coaches like to say, meaning the normal things don't apply. All right, you used to say, okay, there's a tight end going out. We're either going to put a big linebacker on him or maybe a safety and call it a day. Now, because of the strength of that position and the sheer number of catches that they make as well as their dexterity, sometimes you have to put a cornerback on him because he might be the primary guy going out for a pass. It changes what they do defensively, and it's usually not good for the defense.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your head.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Easy, easy. Alpha.
27, Mike. 27, Mike. Mike, 27. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
50. Flag is on.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 10 yards, good for his Saints. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Ready. 95-56.
The final shot before half for Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we go? Yeah, Sunday.
The drive will start with Connor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. 50. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Hey, Delta.
47's the mic.
Roethlisberger. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Like 20.
56. Here we go. Here we go. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Help out.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. Watch the run.
Throwing on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Alert. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Go, go, go.
Smooth.
And the blitz does come. This is Johnson. He's got it. Room here to run. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, 57 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Saints 14. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From the 24. Breeze, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Here we go. Block 80.
47 Mike. Mike 47. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Quarter.
47 is Mike. 47 is Mike.
Go.
47 is the Mike. 47 is the Mike.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Johnson's got it complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now it's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald there to make the grab. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing again on second down. Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Kill. 26 months. Coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Ready? 180.
Heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
22, 44.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Who that? Who that?
Hey, Haywood.
47 is the mic.
Looking to throw on second down. Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And he finds McDonald. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Let's go, 44.
Now Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Breeze now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun. It's Breeze. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now, Breeze again. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Breeze going to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road,
and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Ready? Yellow lady?
Hey, eat. Let's go, D. Big C.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Letting one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Jack 16.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Double bump.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. I'm scared.
Buzz.
47's the mic.
Roethlisberger going to throw it over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and now it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Hey, alert.
Get that ball. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. 47. Cut.
Hey, seam 6.
47's the mic. 47.
On third down, Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. A hat tip to P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
And let's pin the mirrors back.
On second down, Connor looking for space. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From New Orleans, good night, everybody. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Black 80.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the flag.
Black is on.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Second and 4 at the 29-yard line.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. Here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Pierre-Paul. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 27-yard line.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Let's go, baby.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And this is caught by Evans. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Winston. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Alert.
Slip.
Quarter.
Roethlisberger will hand a counter. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Throwing on 2nd down, Roethlisberger, and he connects with Vance McDonald. 30, past the 20, and he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 60 yards.
Here we go. Left 5.
54. Watch the slant.
They'll run here with Connor. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And a play fake down near the goal line here worked out well.
Anytime you can make them think that you're going to run the ball and go to that play action pass, you see the end result. Usually a touchdown.
Is that harder? Is the play fake harder to defend for the defense near the goal line or no? Because there's not as much room to work with?
It is harder because down near the goal line, you're thinking much more of a running play, especially if people run out big formations. So it is harder to defend.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check.
Jameis to throw it. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 38, Winston, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
On 3rd down, Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick.
Block 80!
Tight left. 3 down.
24.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. And let's get this.
Hey, echo.
45. Mike 45.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They come up in an offset eye.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Under 10, team effort.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Buccaneers have it.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Check.
Here's Winston. He's got this one complete to Perriman. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 38-yard line.
Ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
To throw again on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got?
Hey, high 7.
Let's go, D.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Easy.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. Roethlisberger now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
50.
45. Mike, 45.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
No bell.
Ben to throw again. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, it felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Roethlisberger will throw. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Like 20.
45. Yeah. You don't want none.
On first down, it's Connor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Samuels. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I can understand it, but it's almost like you heard a whistle or something that stopped his swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Winston now. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go again.
Final play of the half here. Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Ready? Black, what is that?
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Double time, double time. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now Jones. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
I'm
here all day.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's got this down to the 35. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready? Blue ready?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. He completes it to Evans. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's Winston. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Now Winston on 4th down. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Winston now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. This is Jones. And an alley to run. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. At their own 22-yard line.
Ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
50. Check back 45. Check back 45. Hey, exit. 45.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Now it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Quarter.
45. Mike, 45.
Hey, Zoo.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Alert, alert!
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. On first down, it's Samuels. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert?
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Jameis to throw it. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Winston. It's complete. It's Miller. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means that...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Black 5.
Mike 54. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah.
They'll run on first down. Samuels. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger, Jordan Whitehead there defensively.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On third down, it's Counter. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Throwing again on second down. Winston, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 25 yards that time. Now it's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. Now that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. One last shot now for Winster. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Tampa. The NFL Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, with the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone. The Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started, and off we go from Tampa. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Set, black 30.
Check right 54. Right 50.
Easy.
Squeeze, double up. He's coming. Double up.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
180. Hey, I want to work.
Tighten up.
On first down, Samuels. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on second and 8. Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 41. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Everyone got 4 down.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Johnson's got it complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Roethlisberger. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Winston and the Bucs take over now first and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Winston now finding Godwin complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Ready? Black 25 behind.
Check 55 to Mike. Hey, check.
Winston from the gun on third down. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11.
Second and 9 at the 11-yard line.
On second and 9, Roethlisberger. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Jones looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready? Black 22.
26 months. Man, I got you.
Looking to throw on second down. Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans there to make the grab. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
3-0
And But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. Alert, alert.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Washington's got it. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
At the 24-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. His throw incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Complete to Washington. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Roethlisberger will throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The surprise second-round pick, Sean Bunting, there to get a hand in. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Jack 16. 80 weapons.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. 2 incompletions haven't moved them any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Play action. It's Roethlisberger to the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Jones. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here we go. 2 times.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Tight end right. We got 4.
Jameis again. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going. It's Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Roethlisberger now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
A run with Ogunbowale, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check.
From the 41, Winston looking for Perriman there. He's got him. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Get him, boy.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
Winston on 3rd and 2. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready? Move away. Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
To Juju Smith-Schuster. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Here's Winston. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. T.J. Watt just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows a coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
45.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 3 quarters have come and gone. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Like 80.
54, Mike. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch 38. Watch 38. Watch the run. Whoa. 45. 45. Mike, 45.
Bravo.
Check, 45.
Ben to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback. No matter the situation in there, the defense won the battle.
Hey, Wahoo!
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. Roethlisberger now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Back to you.
Play fake. Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
3rd and long for Winston. He's got Evans. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Jameis now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throwing on 2nd down. Winston. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer 1st.
Ready.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now Winston. He completes it to Evans. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now Jones. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Ready. Blue 80. Check 55. Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Following the interception, Winston. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. He's at the 50, the 40, 20, 10. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5.
First down and goal to go at the 5-yard line.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
I got you, boy.
One last shot for Roethlisberger. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, and with that, I'm off to the airport. Charles will be on I-4 back to Windermere as we say so long from Tampa.
Have a nice trip. I'll be home before you even take off.
Lucky.